Lam yalid walam yulad. He begets not nor is begotten. Walam yaqul lahu kufuwan ahad. And there is nothing unto him like in this world. But the Quran also says in Surah Isra, chapter number 17, verse number 110, it says, قُلِ ذُو اللَّهِ أَوْ ذُو الرَّحْمَنِ أَيَّمَّا تَدْعُوا فَلَوْ الْأَسْمَاءُ الْحُسْنَى. Say, call upon him by Allah or by Rahman. By whichever name you call upon him, to him belongs the most beautiful names. The same message that to Allah belongs the most beautiful name is mentioned in Surah Araf, chapter number 7, verse number 180. In Surah Hashr, chapter number 59, verse number 24, as well as in Surah Taha, chapter number 20, verse number 8. It says, to Allah belongs the most beautiful name. But the name should not conjure up a mental picture. It should be a beautiful name. Why do Muslims prefer calling God Almighty as Allah than the English word God? Because the Arabic word Allah is a pure word. The English word God, it can be played around with. If you add an S to God, it becomes gods, plural of God. You can't add an S to Allah. There is nothing like plural Allah. Allah is one. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. Say is Allah one and only. If you add a D-E-S-S to God, it becomes goddess, a female God. There's nothing like female Allah or male Allah. Allah has got no gender. If you have a God with a capital G, it becomes true God. If you have a God with a small g, it becomes fake God. In Islam, we have only one true Allah. We don't have any fake Allah, only true Allah. If you add father to God, it becomes Godfather. He's my Godfather. He's my guardian. You can't add a Abba to Allah or a father to Allah. There's nothing like Allah Abba or Allah Father in Islam. If you add a mother to God, it becomes godmother. You can't add a mother to Allah or a ammi to Allah. There's nothing like Allah in Islam. If you put a tin before God, it becomes tin God, fake God. In Islam, there's nothing like tin Allah. Allah is pure, He is unique. You can call Him by any name, but it should be a beautiful name. I hope that answers the question.
May all the speakers kindly note, questioners kindly note, that they should state their name and occupation before they put forward their question, so you get an exact and more appropriate answer. Thank you. The next question from the gents on the right side.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Tazim Davir. My question is, Arun Shauri says that in the Quran in chapter 4, verses 11 and 12, if you add up the different parts of inheritance given to the highs, the sum total is more than 1. Therefore, Arun Shauri claims that the author of the Quran does not know maths. Please clarify.
The brother has posed the question that according to Arun Shauri, in the Quran, in chapter number 4, verse number 11 and 12, he says, if you add up the sum total of all the different parts of the hairs, the total comes to more than 1. Therefore, he claims that the author of the Quran does not know maths. As I mentioned to you in my talk, there are hundreds of people who have taken false in the Quran. But if you analyze, all of them are not true. None of them are true. Not a single one is true. Regarding inheritance, Quran speaks about inheritance in several places. In Surah Baqarah, chapter number 2, verse number 180. In Surah Baqarah, chapter number 2, verse number 240. In Surah Nisa, chapter number 4, verse number 9. It's mentioned in Surah Nisa, chapter number 4, verse number 19. It's mentioned in Surah Ma'idah, chapter number 5, verse number 105. In several places. But regarding the detailed explanation of the shares, it's mentioned in the Quran, in Surah Nisa, chapter number 4, verse number 11 and 12, and in Surah Nisa, chapter number 4, verse number 110.